In today's video, I'm going to be showing you step by step on how to actually change out your outside hose bib right on the outside, guys. You're not going to do any soldering. We're going to use a SharkBite fitting. I'm going to show you step by step. Only thing that we're going to need to do is to cut our copper line. I'm going to show you guys exactly how this is done. The parts that we're using in today's video, you can get everything right on Amazon, right down in the descriptions below, which is going to be an outside hose bib, SharkBite fitting, 1/2 inch, copper line, pipe cutter, and then we're going to have this cap here to actually make sure there's no sharp edges on any of the cuts we made. So guys, let's get started. All right, so we're on the inside of the house right now. Here is the outside hose bib line. As you can see, there's a little gate valve right there. We're going to want to make sure that's shut off because we're going to make our cut on the other side of the valve. We're going to cut it right there with our cutter. So let's shut this water off, guys, and to make sure it doesn't leak. What we're going to do is, I'm not sure how long I'm going to have to bring the pipe in. I might have to make a second cut, but I highly recommend make the cut a little smaller because you can always go back and cut more off. Okay, so one thing I want to point out before we make our cut, you see how we have a 90 right here? You kind of want to stay far away as possible. The closest you want to get to this 90 is probably a good maybe 1 inch to 2 inch, just because with that SharkBite fitting, it's going to probably come all the way up to here. You don't want to hit that. It's not going to go over that. So make sure, like I said, guys, you cut back far enough. You can always make a second cut. So like I said, let's get out our pipe cutters and let's cut this line. All right, guys, I got my pipe cutter here. I'm going to show you exactly how to use this. Again, you can grab this same pipe cutter right down in the descriptions below, right on Amazon, guys. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the line. Oh, and there it goes, guys. Now there's going to be a little bit of water in the line, totally fine. Grab yourself a rag. Now we have our end. We're going to clean up this end and use that other piece or that other part we got. All right, so now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get our line that we're going to connect to. We're going to clean that up just to make sure there's no rough edges or anything like that. This piece right here, like I said, it has a 1/2 inch. It's all labeled. You got 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch. Really nice. Like I said, you can grab this right there at the description below. This is just making sure there's going to be no sharp edges with this, so it's not going to damage the SharkBite fitting that we put on. It's just kind of cleaning it up, making it real smooth. Like I said, guys, you're definitely going to want this. You can get this right down in the descriptions below as well. Okay, so we look really good down here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go outside. We're going to pull this line out. I could probably push it out right now, but we're going to go on the other side of the outside of the wall, and then we're going to pull that out, and we're going to put our new fitting in, and we're going to come back down into the basement. All right, so the outside hose, like I said, I pushed it back out. You can see some of it's out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on this kind of gently, just so I don't want to mess up the siding or anything like that. All right, so there we go. That's the piece that we just removed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put the SharkBite fitting in there. And just to point out for demonstration purposes, as you can see, I have the copper line actually burst on the inside of the wall right in there. That is one of the reasons why I am replacing this. So I didn't really winterize it this winter, so I guess this is the reason, and that's why it's super important to winterize your outside hose bibs. Make sure you clear all that water out of your line, and you shut that water off during the cold winter seasons. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it right back in where I pulled out the other hose bib. Now what I want to do is, before I actually end up screwing this to the outside, I want to go inside to make sure everything lines up, so when I do lock it into place, I know exactly where it is. So let's go back into the basement, see where that is coming right out of the wall. All right, perfect. There is the fitting. Now I'm going to make the connection. Very easy. I'm going to go on the back. I'm going to go back outside. I'm going to screw it into the house so it doesn't go anywhere. So if I do pull on it, it's not going to push out. All right, so let's go back outside and drill that into the house. All right, so I'm going to mount this back to the house, just using the same screws. I might end up replacing these at a later date. I'm just kind of just doing this for demonstration purposes. All right. Looks like we are in. Not going anywhere. Nice. Like I said, awesome. All right, let's go back into the basement, make our connections, and get this thing going. Okay, so I'm just realizing something. I'm actually gonna have to run back out to the hardware store to get another piece. See how I'm kind of bending this water line? I don't really like how I'm bowing that going down. I don't recommend doing this. So I do need to extend that a little more. So what I do have here, I have another copper pipe that I'm just going to fit right into the SharkBite fitting, and then I'm going to attach it right to the actual water line just so there's no pressure on the ceiling. So I am going to have to go back out to the hardware store to get that part, but I'm going to show you guys exactly how easy this is, guys. Like I said, I need probably another 3 inches just because I don't want to bow the line, and I highly recommend you not do the same. So still follow along. You can get the same parts right down in the descriptions below. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this little coupling right into the other SharkBite fitting. I'm going to press down on it, snap it into place. Now that's not going anywhere. And as you see, guys, now I can just get a little coupling. I'm going to make the connection right there. So now I'm going to have to run to the hardware store. I'll tell you one thing, being a homeowner, having to run to the hardware store on multiple occasions when you're doing one project is very common. So let's get that coupling installed, and let's turn on this water line. So this is the piece that I needed. It's just a little coupling. It's a 1/2 inch SharkBite fitting. I'm going to connect the actual copper line in the house to the outside hose bib now. And I'm going to show you exactly how this goes on. All right, and there we go, just like that, all connected. And now what we're going to do is we are going to turn on our water valve. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go outside and check on the hose. All right, so now we're on the outside. We're going to test it to make sure it all works well. There we go. Now we got running water. Now you just want to make sure you don't have any leaks or anything on the inside of the basement. So go back down there and make sure there's nothing leaking from any of the fittings. It's clearly working perfectly out here. Guys, we did it. Congratulations. Hope you guys followed along and you found this video very informative and helpful. That concludes our video for today. If you guys like this video, it would mean the world to me if you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave me a comment if you have any questions or concerns. I will get back to you. And guys, I do come out with DIY videos on a weekly basis showing the average homeowner on how to replace some things around the house that might go bad at any given time, spending thousands of dollars on contractors, unwanted contractors coming into your house. I'm going to show you guys step by step on how to do a lot of these things. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys. And just so you guys know, my name is Chris. I do come out with DIY videos on a weekly basis. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.